Okay. And then you're just going to follow me. You're okay, Sarah. So you see my hands are wide when I'm having problems, so I'm not pulling back on them. Yep. Walk forward and ride. There's no looking around. Right rein, right leg. Yep. Don't stare at his head. Open your mouth, breathe, and then push him. So go forward. You want to disperse the energy and have him focused on you in case that horse starts doing something screwy. So it's just little things like that, that if you don't do the right thing or do it, you'll lose the horse's attention. Yep. And it's good because he's doing goofy shit over there. Okay. So stop staring at his head. You can peek at it, but not stare. And start asking him with one leg and then the other to walk faster. Go forward. Yep. And she will outwalk him because she has a big stride. Yes. You know why? Look. That's why he's looking. That's crazy. They've never been here when we've been here, but it's the harvest time. So that's stimulus. It's like you going to New York and you're looking at the buildings. So it's him being normal, like what's over there, but you have to be like focused. Stay with me. We're in a classroom right now and you got to pay attention. So it'd be the same thing. He showed up on the trail and for some reason there's a marathon going on. You get his attention on you, but there's all those people moving. And the horse's eyes are attracted to motion. So the fact that they're all walking over there attracts their eyes. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's up to you to keep pulling, but be mean about it so he doesn't try to keep looking. If you're just gently tugging, he's gonna keep looking over there. So you're like, put your head down. I'm gonna keep tugging on that rein. And then if you're still not paying attention, well, then I might bend you to the right. And then I'll bend you to the left, and then I'll bend you to the, and you just keep doing it, and then you give him a break, and if he'll go straight, then you stop doing it. Does that make sense? Okay. And I'm only yelling so in case you can't hear me. If you're like, you're too loud or you're yelling too much, just tell me. But, okay, but sometimes people can't hear. You're doing good. It's just the beginning part, and then he's pretty relaxed. But again, this is all new, all the farm stuff going on. But Sarah would do the same thing if I let her. So as soon as they start tilting their head that direction, I correct it. I don't even wait for them to turn their head all the way. You just try to be as proactive as you can. And then in here, as we go faster, you know, he's gonna foxtrot, but this footing is very deep and the boots, so you have like three things making him trotty. You're a little too nice, like be quicker pulling that rein back. So as anytime we go faster, you might have to have his head higher than we even did in the arena, just because all these things are working against his gait. But like when you're correcting with the rein, I kind of think of it this way, like you're talking to somebody and they keep looking away from you and you grab their face and you're like, look at me. Pay attention, come on. You're doing good. Are you warm enough? Okay. Sarah's doing great up here. This is her first time going to the beach as far as I know. She's only 5 and I made her be the leader. But don't let them look around, especially if it's a spooky horse or you got to be in lead and control helping somebody. You want to make sure they're paying attention and you're correcting them before they get that whole movement out. She's a walking horse, so she has a bigger stride than Copper, who's a marchador cross. His stride is much shorter, so I'm going to have to walk and stop and not go too fast. So Sarah's a pro. She's doing really well. See how she does once we get to the ocean. But that's what's nice about this beach if you ride here is you get to go along this track and wear the horses out. So by the time you get to the beach, you're in a good state of mind usually. So it's not as bad versus you just go down a hard trail and get to the beach quickly. And then the horse might have more anxiety because they haven't worked off any of their anxious energy. And just remember the trotty people, when you're at the beach in deep sand, sit back more, keep their frame up a little bit, the head a little higher will help you stay in the gait. If the head's down with that deep footing, your horse is really going to go towards the trot, and that's what I was telling Laura back there. The horse I'm on paces and trots, so we'll just have to see how she does, but right now she's fine with her head down, doing her little flat walk. Turn right, look up, yep, walk a circle. So walk a circle, yep, look up, lean back. He's kind of pivoting, so go forward. Now we're just gonna go because you're stuck. Yep, so look up, breathe, relax. Yep. And so if they won't stand still and we know we're gonna go to the ocean anyhow, then we just go. I'm like, you don't need a rest then, so let's just go. But the things you're doing wrong are looking down, and then if we want, the pivot is fine if you want the pivot, but otherwise if you're like, I'm trying to walk a circle and he's pivoting, she's just looking at this, then both legs and drive them forward. But you kind of have to think, see, that's nervous. She had diarrhea. You want to think it's a car, and the problem with horses, they start doing stuff and people look down at their heads and they stop functioning, and so they're no longer helping the horse. Yeah. But keep your hands up. Try not to pull the head down. Just ask and then apply more pressure. And as we come up here, start breathing through your mouth and relaxing and keeping his head down if you're getting nervous. Keep breathing. So Sarah's very nervous, especially with that guy in the way. So I had to kind of thump her a little bit to get her going. Just behind me. Yep, breathe. And then we're going to the left. The waves are a little big. Now this is the hard part, just waiting for her. Yep, so go forward, come. Walk faster. Get his head down, don't let him look. Go forward, breathe, keep coming. It's normal for them to go sideways because they're reacting to the ocean. You okay? Are you okay? Okay, so just keep breathing. It'll get better as we go. But you'd rather go forward versus staying still. They will get tired out here. So the hardest part, you're nervous, big crashing waves, you're on a horse you haven't been on before. That's what she's dealing with right now. So even though the horse is good, and I know him well, she doesn't, and so you just don't know what they're gonna do. And Copper back there gets kind of, looks like prancy, and that can make people nervous even though he doesn't do anything. So you gotta relax, slide the bit, try not to pull their heads down. What? Yeah, I just tight and then a hold, and if they don't go, then I bend my elbow. Don't look down. And then if that doesn't work, then I slide the bit. Yep. Now when he just went up there, you should have pushed with your left leg. So don't just steer, use your leg. Yep. And then keep breathing, and when he's being good, release a little bit so you're not holding him the whole time. Because remember, if you hold, it makes them more nervous, so give and take. So there's fishermen over here, all this stuff going on while we're going, and these waves are big today. So that's a lot of energy. You're doing good. And even though you try to be relaxed, a lot of times we're not. So you can fake it. You keep relaxing your legs, your hips, your butt. Make sure you're not driving with anything. And then breathing through your mouth. Deep in and out. And in and out. You're good. So try walking up like next to me. And then I'm going to kind of protect you from the ocean. But that way I can see you. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Keep breathing or talking to me, whatever, to keep, yourself as relaxed as you can. That's a good sign. Yeah, you're doing good. And then again, when he's keeping his head down, he's being somewhat good. Make sure your fingers don't open up, but relax a little bit. So you release them like a centimeter or two. Yeah. So with the right one, because since his head keeps going left, like every 3 steps, you might have to just squeeze and then release. And then think 1, 2, 3, squeeze on my right hand, release. 1, 2, 3, and just keep repeating it. And then if he's keeping his head straight, then you can try going 5 steps and squeezing. That's good. That was very good. Yep. And then again, you kind of watch their head through your peripheral vision, so you're not staring down at it. Or if you do look and then put your eyes back up. Good. And then on the way back, they're always more tired. But it's hard when we come out there and there's fishermen there, and then the waves were big. That's hard. But that's why you just try to keep, if you guys went to Point Reyes or something and the horses were crazy, you just go forward, even if you're gating for like 10 minutes. Sarah's doing amazing. She's never done. Any questions? You're okay? He's a horse, he's not a car. So you breathe and just squeeze on that right rein. Yeah. And if you can, like if it feels like he's getting more energy, then let's walk a little faster and disperse some of it, unless you're too nervous to do that. But if we go more forward, it will help. Yeah. So think of letting him foxtrot a little bit. Go a little bit more. You gotta let these horses go some. Everybody wants to hold them back. Yeah. And then just try and keep that. So it stays smooth. You're doing good. But we always want to do the reverse. They're getting faster anxiety and we start holding them and it makes it worse. So if you feel them getting anxious, if you can, it's not like you want to run and bring the adrenaline up. You just want to move forward and let some of that energy go. Because again, you might not realize it, but you might be very nervous inside. And then it's coming out in your seat. Yeah. There's houses and things up there. So you forgot, every 3 steps, squeeze that right rein, and then once he's good, every 5 steps. But you've gone to letting him look again. They always go crooked on the beach, and they're going to look. Yep. So you got to catch him quicker. Now, like your right rein. It doesn't have to be super hard. Now leg. Don't stop to go to the bathroom. Keep going. More right rein. Right rein. Right rein. Keep moving. Keep moving. Right rein. There you go. Keep going forward. Right rein. So I'm telling you, as soon as I see his eyes change. So I'm not waiting until he turns his head. And the horse I'm on has never been on to the beach in her life, but my energy is different. Yep, there you go. So keep going forward. Right rein. Right rein. Yep. And as you pull on that right rein, do a little right leg, so that way it kind of keeps him over that way and it doesn't pull him into us. Yeah. Then when it's down, relax a little, but get ready to squeeze that right rein if he starts looking again. Right rein. Yep, and you can glance at his ears. His ears will tell you where his attention is starting to go. You're good. Keep going forward. You're doing much better with his head. There, he's a little... If he tucks it in that much, then push your hands forward for a second. Because we don't want his head buried in his chest. Yep, you're doing better. Keep going forward. Right rein. He's looking left. Right rein, right leg. Right rein and leg at the same time. Now I'm riding Sarah one-handed. Good job. Yep, right rein, right leg. Yep. So use both together if you can. And again, you're trying to squeeze and do it so it happens quicker so you don't have to do it harshly. But use that right leg because that'll get his attention. He knows how to leg yield and everything. And then just steer. So keep practicing. I'll go ahead of you a little bit. It's hard. It takes time to get used to a new horse, and everybody's nervous. And if they're too quiet, people want to go forward. If they're forward, people want them to be more quiet. You know, and then it changes once you get used to it. So you just have to keep trying, working through things, and just do as little or as much as you can, and try to push yourself a little bit more each day. But don't give up. Remember, it's not your old horse. They're all different. You gotta ride them. They're not motorcycles or cars. You gotta tell them what to do, where to look, how fast to go. And then once they understand, they'll just do it for you. So she's doing better. Sarah just sped up. Well, that's just only you know. I can't tell you, and I can't tell you how you're feeling. It's you. So any horse, and so you kind of have to decide, but also take what you get. So the duller they are, they're going to be harder to push. But if they're lazy too, they can be more trippy. Or they're stubborn and they won't go anywhere you ask, and you have to beat them up the whole time to make them go. So that, or one that goes, but you know, you might be nervous in the beginning because you're not used to the energy.
Yeah, I'm just not used to
Yep.
that a little bit.
Or you get one that's really hot that wanted, you know, would be dragging you down the beach, because he's not dragging you, but it's a frame you're not used to, an energy you're not used to, and that's the hard part. You know, because I took you to the beach. This is not easy. You're like, no, I'm scared. You know, especially if you haven't ridden at the beach, now you're riding a horse you've never had at the beach. You know, so like when we rode on the trail at home, were you more or less nervous? Did he feel like too much horse there?
No.
Yeah, so then that helps you figure it out. But again, it's all up to you. If you're like, I want a duller horse, it's totally fine. I'm going to turn us around. And then we'll say which way he looks once you're turned around. You kept thinking, like, why is he looking lit? He's looking towards the action. And the windows give reflections. There's so much you don't see that he sees differently. But see, like, she may appear calmer than him, but I don't think this horse would be a good fit for you because she's 5. She needed help, and did you see what I had to do to get her to the ocean? Yes. But I did what I had to do to help her get down there and, you know, get you guys out here. And now she's fine. No. Right, but that's the hard part where some of the duller horses are going to require that unless they're older. But again, then it depends on how old you want to deal with. But The hardest part is everybody thinks it's going to be perfect, and it's not. It's a work in progress. It's just what work will you put in, and are you willing to put in? You say, I think I can try it, but even when you go out riding, I tell people, I actually yell at people when we go out, or they're scared, and I go, don't say anything, and they go, what? I go, don't say anything bad. Do not put it out in the universe. You just go out and you go, today we're gonna have a great ride. He might be a little spunky. I might not be used to him, but I'm gonna have a great time. Yes, but it's so because they feel all that negative stuff in your head. Yeah. So again, if he keeps putting his head down, start releasing a little more. You still steer. You can pull out instead of back. What? So then you just slow down, make him put on your brakes, let me get in front of you. There you go. Because otherwise, when we're next to each other, it's more of a competition. So you just pull them back and say, hey, get back here and listen to me. Because remember, you're in charge, not him. Well, and since you came here last, have you ridden? Oh, that's another thing. You're not right. Yes. Yes. So that's just it. So when you start riding every day, and again, if you take him, it's not like you have to go on trail rides like this. You call your friend up and you're like, I want to ride 20 minutes because I'm scared. And you just go right around the parking lot. And if that's all you feel comfortable with, you put them back in the trailer and go back home. And then the next time you ride 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And you just start building it up. But you do not have to, today we're doing this so you can try it. But you don't have to force yourself like this to do something hard. You just want to gradually, every time, just do a little bit more, a little bit more. You know you can do it. It's just you getting used to it with him. 40 can work, but it's small. 50 is pretty decent. 60 is great, but yes, just so you can get on and get used to them, But see, you did good going by those horses because that can amp them up. These are enormous. Those are big waves. Once we get up to the other, I'll take you down the path that goes to the road, but we won't go on the road, and we'll just turn around and come back just so you can see if he feels different. No, we just passed a dead seal and another one's coming up. Sarah's doing good with it. Well, that one had a bite taken out of it. That one, something bit it. But you would think if it's a great white, it would have took a much bigger chunk. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. Now see, this is the hard part. She's doing a slow walk and he's walking faster, but he has a shorter stride. You know what I mean? So this will feel like I'm going slower and that's going to feel like you're going faster. But you can slow him down now. Now there's no beach. You just breathe, half halt. Make him know that you want to go slower, and then if he won't slow down, then you give him a job till he will slow down. And if you're half halting and he's not responding, you half halt harder. You meet the energy that he has. Now, are you making him go that fast, or he's just going? Okay, so this is weird, but take your butt cheeks And squeeze them tight for a second and then try to let them go completely loose. And take your leg completely off of him. Now take a deep breath in and out. And then keep saying that stuff to yourself and keep repeating it. And I'll keep him back. But sometimes people are squeezing with their knees and their thighs and their butt and they don't even know they're doing it.
I find myself tensing up and then I realize it and then I let go.
Yeah, so try to keep your legs, if you can think in your head, kind of like rolling your thighs out, like so they're off. You know, like mine are completely off right now. So just keep trying to take everything and relax it. You better. Now, is that speed bother you? Okay, because that's more like his speed normally. And you can ride next to me if you want, or if you want to be in front, that's fine too. Wherever you want to go to kind of test them. Those are otters out there. Isn't that cool? They have a kayaking place up that direction. You can rent kayaks and you go in the Elkhorn Slough and it's their breeding ground. So you get to see them with their little babies. But see, like, you see the dogs coming up, so if you like start to tense up, you know, breathe, try to relax everything, but then if you think you're getting more nervous, then start giving them little jobs to do, even if it's just turn his head left, turn it right, turn it left, turn it right. He's fine, but it's just in case you start feeling nervous. Hi. Good, how are you doing? Good girl. Thanks. Hi, pretty. Very cute. Good job, Sarah. Good girl. And I don't think it has anything to do with it, but it could.
What?
The boots.
Oh,
Because he's never had boots on his feet. So he has a new rider, new boots, and then he's, you know, was trying to get through that sand.
yeah.
And so they could make him pick his feet up higher or snap them up, which makes it feel like more energy going through them. There's a big bird here that might fly off. So same thing, I just shorten up, sit back. Good girl. Hi. Thank you. Now we got a jogger behind us, so if he's acting weird, it can be from him. I'll tell you once he gets up here. And then just breathe.
Well, yeah, he was fed up and from the box party.
Yes, it's because the jogger came behind you.
Oh, I see.
So we'll kind of veer over here, and then I'm gonna let him go by. So we'll keep moving, but we'll kind of go slow. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just kind of keep their head, them bent, so they're facing the person. You can go by, so bend his head right and breathe. Don't look at his head. There you go. Thank you. Okay, now we'll turn around. But see, some of this stuff when you're doing it, even though you're trying to help him, you're like this.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not helping me, you're not there. But that's why he got faster, is because that guy was chasing him. And if people go, well, why? I'm like, well, what do you do when you're in the round pen? You chase him. You're looking at him. Yeah. So when you're stuck and you don't know what's going on, pretend it's your car. You're like, go. I say, go. Yes. But he was like unsure, like, am I supposed to go? And then he was watching the jogger, even though the jogger's running away, he was watching that from the side of his eye. So at any time, this is the hard part, never let him look. Even though we're walking home, it's calm, because if you don't let him look, then you let him look, he will always look. So if you want a horse to travel with its head straight, you know, keep straightening it and then bring your energy back down. because he was slow and now he's fast. So think in your brain, try to blank out, stay with him, or think of something that relaxes you, like music, whatever it is. Start singing it and just keep breathing and rolling your thighs out and keeping your calves and everything off of them. Hey. With that one lady trainer, does she have a facility you trail her to, or should come to you?
Yeah, that's a good.
Oh. Don't look down. Now you know what happened. Just turn him back around. Was that? Do you think that was his fault or your fault?
Mine.
Yeah.
He shook and it started me, and I turned up.
So keep coming. Keep coming. Keep walking. Don't look at his head. Yeah, and breathe.
Yeah, and now I'm on it.
Hi. There you go. So it was fun because he scared you and then you scared him. He's never shooken with you? Most all horses do, but some do it standing still and some can do it while they're walking. But no matter what horse, it will probably happen again because, you know, it's just them.
Yeah, no, it definitely startled me, and I think I said something that made a noise with my mouth.
You did. You kind of screamed and then you got your hands way up and kind of yanked on him, which then scared him. I see Donna coming. She's getting nervous. So shortened up. I'm going to bend her to the left. Give her something to do. I'm going to yield her off to my right leg. The dog's not doing a darn thing. She's just getting nervous. So you stay relaxed. And breathe. Hi. How's it going? Hey.
Beautiful horse.
Thank you. Pretty dog. Very cool color. You okay?
Yeah, I was just trying to do some leg yielding, and all it did was speed up.
So it means you use too much leg, not enough hand. You can't look at his head. You want to look where you want to go and then just go out with your hands, but if he's going faster, pull back because leg means go, and the only time it will is when you block the forward motion. And then just kind of park them right in front of the trailer, you know, at your tie-up, because that way they won't move when you're getting off, you know, because he'll be facing the trailer. And then just make sure you unhook. Yeah. Good.